The couple's 4 children notified a neighbor they couldn't find their father, and their mother was crying. Police say when they got to the home on Cherry Street, 30-year-old Breanne Pennington was lying dead in her bed. She had been shot in the face.
Welcome back, and thanks for being here. As many of you may know, the most dangerous time for a woman who's in an abusive relationship is when she's trying to leave that relationship. And the victim in today's story, a mother of 4, was trying to do just that when her life was cruelly ended. However, her killer is still out there somewhere, possibly alive, and he needs to be brought to justice. Breanne Elise Pennington, also called Breezy by her friends and family, was born on October 27, 1992, in Tacoma, Washington, to her parents, Robert and Elizabeth Hull. Breanne's family would later move to Riverside, California in 2003. Here, Brienne graduated from Riverside High School, and then she went on to attend Riverside City College. Brienne was also a congregant of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka Mormon. When she was younger, Brienne loved horses and was an accomplished rider. She was also a member of the 4-H, and she took great pride in showing her horses. Brienne excelled in all things science, and she also loved to sing and was a member of her high school and church choirs. In her adult years, she enjoyed doing makeup both for herself and for others. Additionally, Brienne had a passion for raising exotic chickens in her backyard, and she enjoyed watching true crime and listening to heavy metal music. Brienne especially loved being a mom to her 4 children, whom she called the lights of her life. She took great pride in caring for her family and would spend every moment she could with them. Friends of Brienne said that she was intelligent, kind, loving, and happy-go-lucky. During her time in California, in April of 2013, Brienne would meet her future husband while attending a singles church group. He was also a Mormon, and his name was Breanne Pennington. The couple would fall in love and got married mere months after they first met, in July of 2013. The following spring, Brienne and Aaron would go on to have their first child together. They would end up having 4 in total, 2 boys and 2 girls. In 2015, Aaron had begun to serve active duty in the Air Force, and not long after that, he and his entire family moved to Okinawa, Japan. In the Air Force, Aaron worked as an airlift, special mission, and aircraft maintenance journeyman. In the middle of 2022, Aaron decided to transfer to the Air Force Reserves. He had then officially separated from the service altogether on February 17, 2023. He had also worked as a senior supervisor at Raytheon Missiles and Defense from May of 2022 to March of 2023, though it's unknown if he quit or if he was fired. Now, when Aaron separated from the service in June of 2022, he, Brienne, and the children would move yet again. This time, it was to Gardner, Massachusetts, where they would purchase their home at 42 Cherry Street. Brienne was very excited because she loved that there was 4 seasons in New England. She also really enjoyed the fall and Halloween festivities and couldn't wait to visit Salem, Massachusetts. The happiness that the family found in their new home didn't last very long, however, because soon Brienne and Aaron started having marital problems. Making things in their marriage even more difficult at times was the fact that Aaron had a history of mental health problems, and he had attempted, or at least threatened, to take himself out of this world in the past. People who knew Aaron said that he was a very kind person, but they also said that they knew his struggles with his mental health had only gotten worse recently. By late summer of 2023, Brienne decided that she had had enough of all the fighting that was happening in her and Aaron's relationship, and she decided to leave the marriage. She then began to save up money so she could leave Aaron, take her children, and move to Texas, an idea that Aaron likely would not like. One of the last outings the family would have together was at a pumpkin patch on October 11th, 2023. Aaron posted on his social media that he was there with his wife and children, then posted a few photos of the kids. Then, only a little over a week later, on Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, around 9 a.m., Brienne and Aaron's children would go running over to the next-door neighbor's home. The children, who were ages 2, 5, 7, and 9, began pounding on the door of their neighbor Carrie McDermott's home. When she answered the door, they told her that they were scared because they could not find their father, and his car was gone from the driveway. They had also heard their mother in her bedroom crying. Upon hearing this, the neighbor contacted 911, and police would arrive within minutes. When they did, they discovered that 30-year-old Brienne was dead upstairs inside her bedroom. She had a gunshot wound to the face, and she was pronounced dead at 9:30 a.m. Police didn't find anyone else in the house. A murder arrest warrant was issued for Aaron, and the search for him began. Following this, the couple's 4 children were also placed with the Department of Child and Family Services. Apparently, Brienne was known to have a firearm at the residence for her protection, but neither she nor Aaron had a license to carry firearms in the state of Massachusetts. And after police issued a search warrant for the home, they realized that that gun was missing. There were, however, 3 spent shell casings in the bedroom where Brienne had been found. The Massachusetts State Police, along with Gardner Police, were out looking for Aaron, and they put out a notice to the public describing him as a white male with blonde hair and blue eyes. He's about 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 175 pounds. By looking at a neighbor's security footage, police found that at 8:50 that morning, Aaron could be seen leaving his driveway in his white BMW 320i sedan. The car had a Massachusetts license plate, but authorities believed that Aaron may have switched that plate out for either a Texas or a California plate. Only 17 minutes after Aaron had pulled out of the driveway, it showed on the security footage the children running out of the house and over to the neighbors. Apparently, Aaron had left his cell phone behind as he didn't want to be tracked, and when authorities went through it, they found a note that he had written. He had written this note just the day before he killed his wife, on October 21st, and it said, "Don't say anything, be quiet. If she wakes up, just say you're getting nasal spray. Get on side of bed, very close proximity to head. Put hole in her head." On the same evening that Brienne was killed, Aaron's car would be found by a bow hunter who had been in the woods of Camp Collier in Gardner, which is a 400-plus acre forest that is mainly used by church groups and Boy Scout troops, and is about 9 minutes and 4 miles away from the family's home. But even though his car was there, Aaron was not, so the search continued for him for another few days in that area. Gardner police officers, Massachusetts State Police, canines, and the State Police Air Wing covered the forest over 2 days. Police also ordered a shelter in place for the roads that were surrounding the camp. People were told that police were searching for a dangerous suspect, and to not approach him if you saw him, as he was likely armed and dangerous.
We have a positive ID on this Bolo vehicle. It is actually abandoned.
This is what investigators have been looking for, the white BMW belonging to Breanne Pennington. It was found off the road in a densely wooded area near Camp Collier. That car towed away with a police escort just before 11 Monday night. The 33-year-old is wanted in connection with the death of his wife on Sunday. By Monday afternoon, law enforcement descending on the entrance of Camp Collier and Kelton Street. Police using canines and helicopters to survey this area.
I'm scared. My daughter's home.
Melissa Zirkle lives just down the street from where the car was found. Her daughter is home alone and was told by police this afternoon to get in the house. This community remains on edge.
It's kind of petrifying, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's fairly quiet around here. People are friendly. You hardly ever see cops on this road.
All of this, as friends of Brienne tell me, they are gutted, saying she was a loving mother of 4 and a loyal friend who deserved a better hand in life than this.
A few days later, on October 27th, a state police dive team was sent to the nearby Lake Wampanoag. And even though this area had already been searched, there wasn't any specific information that Aaron would be found in the water. They just wanted to cover all their bases at this point. No one wanted Aaron to get away. According to Gardner Police, the Massachusetts State Police took control of the investigation. It would not allow them to bring in their tracking dogs, saying that theirs were just as good. However, the Massachusetts State Police dogs would end up missing some clothing and sandals that they believed belonged to Aaron. The Gardner Police dogs would later find them. But at that point, since the Massachusetts State Police had been wandering in that area so much, they were considered tainted. By October 31st, Aaron still had not been found, and police broadened their search for him to 200 acres. By November 29th, they had done 5 large-scale police searches in the woods, but still were unsuccessful in finding Aaron. To this day, police have still not been able to locate Aaron Pennington, and they're unsure if he is dead or alive. Due to Aaron's military training, he also has a clear advantage to surviving in the wilderness. It's also said that Aaron has some connections in California, so who knows if he went there, then crossed the border down into Mexico. So Brienne's family believes that Aaron's actions were caused by his inability to meet the expectations that were set by the church. Now, even though Aaron and Brienne's children had first ended up in child services care, Brienne's uncle Jeff, who lives out of state, would end up taking all 4 kids into his custody. He would also set up a GoFundMe to help with all the expenses that he would incur now having 4 children. All 4 of them are said to be doing great and are smiling and laughing frequently. They are also excited to start at their new school. On the night of February 21st, 2024, family, friends, and community members gathered at City Hall in Gardner to honor the memory of Brienne during a vigil. The vigil had been organized by the Gardner Domestic Violence Task Force and Brienne's aunt, Brenda Hull. Brenda said that the vigil was a chance to shine a light on a major problem, domestic violence. She also said, "I don't want her to be forgotten. I don't want her life to be in vain. There has to be a greater purpose for this tragedy that we can learn a good lesson from." There was also a donation box set up at Brienne's vigil for her children, where people donated toys and school supplies for them.
I don't want anyone to ever go through this again, ever. And if we can provide awareness and it saves a life, there's one less family going through this. I can say that I've never felt this kind of pain in my life.
This case is so sad, especially now that 4 children are left without a mother or father. But unlike many dads that we hear about in the true crime world, I'm glad that Aaron didn't decide to annihilate his entire family, and he let his children live. And the fact that the children said to the neighbor that they had heard their mother in her bedroom crying makes me wonder if they heard her dying. It's truly a horrific thought. So if you like true crime and you want to hear it from me, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and turn on those notifications too, so you'll know when I upload a new video, which is at least twice every week. Thanks for watching A Wicked World today. Until next time, take care guys. Bye. Thank you to all the patrons of A Wicked World. Now, there's even more of A Wicked World on Patreon. So check it out at patreon.com/awickedworld or use the Patreon app. You'll have access to exclusive videos each month and more. Any support truly helps to make sure the victims never get forgotten and to highlight the shortcomings of society associated with each case. Do you have a suggestion for a case you'd like to see me cover? If so, send me an email at awickedworldtruecrime@gmail.com.